What's going on, guys? Gaming with Freddy here, and today I am going to show you guys how to make a simple pumpkin farm. It's going to be fully automatic. All you need to do is build it. So this pumpkin farm is built in modules. This is one of the modules, basically. So what happens is when this here grows into a pumpkin, the pumpkin will go here, and this observer will detect that the stem bends over to grow the pumpkin. That'll send a signal into this block, which, oops, that should be, actually there doesn't need to be redstone there, but, it will hard power this block here, which will power this redstone dust, and power this piston, which will knock it off into what will put some hoppers in the front. And so basically, that just means that once the pumpkin grows, it punches it off, goes into a hopper, and goes into a chest. Now there is something to note about this. The pumpkin is not directional how it grows side to side. It could grow on this side here, or it could grow on this side here, which means that this observer needs to power the pistons around it, but only the two surrounding it. So basically, what happens when when this block is powered by the observer, it hard powers it, and then it sends a signal to both of these redstone currents, and then it just powers both the pistons around it, knocking off the pumpkin if it's either on this side or this side, and then it pushes it into the hoppers. But this system allows it so that only these two are powered and nothing else. So let's talk about rates of this farm. I recommend building the farm in either 9 modules, 90 modules, and so on, like multiply by 10. Just build it in 9s basically, because 9 modules produces 60 pumpkins an hour, so that's perfectly 1 pumpkin a minute. That's what I've done through testing, that's what it said to me. But basically, if you have 9 of these, you get 60. But if you have 90 of these, you get 600, which means you get 1 pumpkin every 6 seconds. Okay, so let's get into how to build this thing. So you'll start out with 2 blocks here. I would recommend that you build in solid blocks. I'm just building in glass so you can see what the redstone looks like. So you put those blocks there, and then you place some dirt 1 block up so it looks like this. And then what you're going to do is you're going to get your observers, and you're going to get your pistons. You're going to place an observer like that, so it's facing this way. So you have the face of it towards the dirt, but 1 block up. And then you're also going to have a piston next to it like that as well. And then you're going to build some blocks like this. You're going to build an arrangement like that. You go a repeater facing this way, and then a repeater facing this way, and redstone dust there. And that way, that's basically all the redstone set up. Now you just need to put a solid block here and a solid block here. So it should look like this. Next thing you do is you put some water in all the empty spaces in this little tunnel that we created, and then just seal it up on the sides. And then you take a hoe, and then you just till the farmlands right there, and then you place your pumpkin seeds, and you'll see the piston fires. And if you can bone meal the pumpkin seeds as well twice, and it'll be a fully grown pumpkin stem, vine, whatever you want to call it. So basically, this is one of the modules now, and that's how you build it. And so it's fairly simple to build. It's one of the more simple farms in Minecraft. But now I'm going to show you guys what it looks like once you have multiple modules built next to each other. Okay, so I've put together all these farms, and you will notice that I've also put a block a row of blocks on top of the pistons and observers. That's recommended just so that the pumpkins, they don't get caught in the piston as it retracts and then flung on top of it or something, which produces more loss in efficiency. But also, you might notice I have a piston on the end here and then a piston on the end here. That's just so that this observer can punch it to either side. This piston is optional. Both the end pistons are optional, but that's just more growing space for the pumpkins. So yeah, so basically you just add another one of these piston setups and that's it. Now for hoppers, what we're gonna do is we're gonna just grab a chest or two, and it's super simple how you get your chests set up. All you have to do is put a hopper here and here, and then you just have a hopper chain all the way there. And then you can put blocks here on the walls so that you don't get pumpkins just flung to the side either. So there you go. That's all the farm basically, and you'll see that just produced a pumpkin for us, and there it is. It's in that chest now. If you don't have that much iron and you can't make this many hoppers, do not worry. There's a way that you can do that too. You just need to grab some pressure plates and some blocks, and basically what you're gonna do is you're just gonna break all these hoppers, and you're actually gonna lower these chests down by a block. Like so. And now what you're gonna do is you're gonna at least need 2 hoppers just to get into the one chest. No, you're gonna need 1 hopper, never mind. And you just build a path like this. And then also down here. And you'll just build this path so that it's a 1 block tunnel basically. You don't need to put a roof on it. In fact, you don't want to put a roof on it, otherwise it won't work. And then what you do is you just grab your water buckets like so. And I always put the pressure plate in there just because it's lower water, and I just delete it just because it's slower to move the stuff. And then you just put it there. And there you go. Now it will go into the bottom chest as well. Which, there we go. So basically that's it for this farm. You also might want to put a cover of 2 blocks right here. So you'll put a cover here, and if you have access to it, you'll see that some of the pumpkins get stuck on the pressure plates. So what you'll do for that is you'll just get some packed ice. And whoops. There you go, and then you'll put a pressure plate on the ice. And now, what it'll do is send all the pumpkins in there. And so now, if we go and see how many pumpkins this thing produces. So we'll see this chest starts filling up, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you guys enjoyed this tutorial, then remember to leave a like on it, because it helps the channel out a lot. So I hope this tutorial helped, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya!